Greetings, we met again, and it's a very special webinar because it's with Wittenborg University of Applied Sciences. And today we welcome two regional admission managers. They are Mr. Mykhailo and Miss Eunice. I know that many of you are interested in studying in the Netherlands and sending your students to the Netherlands, and it's also a wonderful destination now for even my friends or like my colleagues to come, and not only for tourist reasons, but also for living there, working there, and studying there as well. So today we will show you more or less the picture, how to study there and how to collaborate with Wittenberg.
We are Wittenborg University of Applied Sciences. We are a private business school located in the Netherlands, and we offer business-related programs. More about it I will tell in the presentation, but for now I will start the presentation with the following questions. I will explain to you why to study in the Netherlands, which important papers you should have in order to start your admissions at Wittenborg, how much does it cost. Then I will briefly touch the topic of the accommodation, and after that I will follow up with a more detailed picture of Wittenborg in particular. So let's move to the next slide. Yes, so why to study in the Netherlands? Because 95% of population in the Netherlands speaks English, and the Netherlands offers high quality of education with relatively lower tuition fee if to compare it with others English, well, in general with English-speaking countries. And the Netherlands has a lot of international communities. We have students coming from all over the world, and also the Netherlands is a great country to live in. And the location is very beneficial for those who like to travel, since you can get almost anywhere in Western or Northern Europe within an hour or two from the Netherlands by plane. And also the Netherlands has one of the largest economies. It has a lot of job opportunities for the prospective students from all over the world, and Dutch universities are one among the best in the world as well. So a couple of words regarding the documents. So now the admission process is actually a bit simplified, let's say, at Wittenberg. In order to apply for it, you just need to press on the Apply Now button on our website. And the most important documents for the admissions are the IELTS or TOEFL, so the English language proficiency certificate. For bachelor's, it should be at least 6, and for master's, it should be 6.5. And also academic documents, either high school or a bachelor's degree. You can send them to admissions, and we can evaluate if the student can be admission to the program based on the academic documents. We also require some other documents like CV, motivation letter, and the recommendation letters for the masters, but usually those documents could be submitted later within a week. So I would say the most important documents are the English language proficiency certificate and also the academic documents. And usually it is possible to get admissions at Wittenberg within 2 working weeks, as far as all the documents are submitted duly in good order. Let's move to the next slide. Right, now a couple of words regarding the tuition fees. So you can see them on the web slide. They are 9,800 euros for the bachelors, and we also have a special scholarship for Europeans and Ukrainian students, which is 5,000 euros. Let's go to the next slide. Now, a couple of words regarding the package fee. So the first payment which a student needs to make is called the package fee. It's the payment for the first year of education plus additional expenses such as visa, accommodation, books and study materials, etc. You can see the breakdown on your screens. Basically, on the example of the bachelor program, the package fee is 13,970 euros. And as you can see, it includes your first year of education plus additional expenses. In the Netherlands, the school is applying on behalf of the student for the study visa. So it means that as far as the student gets an offer letter, he or she will most definitely get a study visa. It's not like in the UK, let's say, or in the United States, where the visa process is separated from the admissions. In the Netherlands, visa and admissions process are related to each other. So once the student gets an offer letter, the only reason to get a visa rejection is only if the student has already had some, let's call it, shady history with Dutch immigration services. Apart from that, he or she should get a visa. Let's move on to the next. Oh, this is the next slide. Yeah. Basically, we have two campuses, Amsterdam and Apeldoorn, and we offer accommodation only in Apeldoorn. We don't offer it in Amsterdam. And you can see on your screen some of the pictures of our accommodation at Apeldoorn. In Amsterdam, we don't offer it, and that's why the package fee, for our Amsterdam campus is a bit cheaper because it doesn't include accommodation. Accommodation is being provided for 11 to 14 weeks with the possibility of prolonging it for 4 more months. So in total, students can stay for around 6 months at the students' dormitory at Wittenborg. Yes, let's move on to the next slide. And now a couple of facts about Wittenborg and in general, well, facts about Wittenborg. So Wittenborg was founded more than 35 years ago. It has more than 1,500 students currently studying there. We are the most international business school in the Netherlands. Most of our students are coming from abroad. As I have mentioned before, we only offer business and management related programs. More about it later in the presentation. All of our programs are offered in English, even though right now the Dutch government, well, is gently forcing governmentally founded universities to offer bachelors mostly in Dutch or at least partially Dutch. At Wittenberg, we can still continue offer bachelors in English since we are a private business school and we can decide the language of our programs. And we do have personal approach to study, so all of our students have a specific process tutor assigned to them who will overlook the study progress, and we also have research environments for the students who would like to pursue a more academic career. Let's move on to the next slide. Recognition, we do have all the necessary accreditations for our programs. So first of all, we have an accreditation called NVAO, which is a Dutch Flemish accreditation for the higher institution facilities. And we also have an accreditation called FIBA, which is a German Swiss accreditation for the business programs. What does it mean in reality? In reality, it means that our programs are accredited and that the students can look for their jobs not only in the Netherlands, but in general all over the world. And also that our students can stay in the Netherlands for at least one more year after the graduation and apply for the job orientation year visa. It is valid for 1 year and it works as a working visa. And also right now we are in the process of obtaining an AACSB accreditation, which is an American accreditation for the business schools. Our nationality chart. So as I have mentioned, we have students from all over the world and most of our students are coming from abroad. So around 90% of our students are coming from outside of the Netherlands. This chart is a bit old at the moment, so nationalities have changed a little bit, but still in top we probably have students from Vietnam, China, Nigeria, Iran, the Middle East, India, etc. But we do have, of course, students from other European countries, from the Netherlands, from the United States of America, but there are not as many of them if to compare with some other nationalities. Let's move on to the next slide. We have a unique block system. It is possible to start your studies in the Netherlands and at Wittenberg specifically 6 times in a year. So due to our block system, it is possible to start your application for an August block, October, November, February, March, or May. And because of that, we don't have any deadlines. So in case you would like to start your application with Wittenberg, you can do that and we can enroll you for the closest available block. Right now, the closest available blocks are October and November. But of course, all the other blocks from 2025 are open. So it's also possible to apply for 2025 already. And yes, we also process the visa for the block, but we need around 2 months in order to apply for the visa and get it successfully. So you just need to keep in mind, let's say if you would like to start your studies in October, it will be a bit late soon, so our deadline will be the middle of August. And then if you would like to apply for November, you just need to keep in mind that you need around 2 months for the visa. Yes, let's move on to the next slide. That's our location. We are located in the city of Apeldoorn and Amsterdam. Apeldoorn is a smaller city 1 hour away by train from Amsterdam. Let's move on to, and we also have a partner campus in Munich. That's why it's highlighted on the map. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes. So our main campus is in Apeldoorn, and we have two buildings, two campuses in Apeldoorn. And Apeldoorn itself is a green, safe, and clean city. It's a very residential city, and it's also located in the geographical center of the Netherlands. We are located on the railroad, which goes from Amsterdam to Berlin. So you can take the train to Amsterdam and get there in 1 hour, or you can take a train in Berlin and get there in 6 hours. So it's a very convenient location for travelers. Let's go to the next slide. Here are some of the pictures of our Amsterdam campus. Yes, let's move on. And here are some pictures of Apeldoorn as a city. Yes. Now, a couple of words about our Amsterdam campus. Just a heads up, this building is not all of our Amsterdam campus. We rent a floor in that building, and the building is for the business companies, and our students usually do internship in those companies, or sometimes they even find work there. So that was the whole reasoning behind opening a campus there. And the campus is quite small, but it is 15 minutes away from the cultural heritage center of Amsterdam. It's also not far from a train station, and the campus is located in the new south district of Amsterdam. It's also known as the business district of Amsterdam. And we offer some specific programs in our Amsterdam campus. You can see them on the slide. We offer BBA programs in entrepreneurship, fintech, small business, and digital marketing. And we also offer several MBA programs there. I will tell more about them later. Let's go on to the next slide. Yes, here are some pictures of our Amsterdam campus. And here are some pictures of the city of Amsterdam. Yes. Now, regarding our bachelor's program, so you can see them on your screens. Just to make it clear, the title of the degree will be Bachelor's of Business Administration, let's say from the School of International Business Administration, specializing in economics and management, for instance. So those are specializations which you can see on your screens right now. And the one which is highlighted in blue, Amsterdam campus, so those three programs are offered in Amsterdam. The rest are offered in Apeldoorn. Our programs are 3 to 4 years in terms of duration. Usually they are 4 years, but it is possible to finish them in 3 years. If one would like to graduate faster, he would need to obtain more credits in a year, 80 instead of 60. We do guarantee internship for our bachelor students, and they will also learn a new language as part of the curriculum, and there will be a study coach assigned to them. And as I have mentioned before, in order to apply for the bachelor's, one needs to have a high school diploma and an IELTS of 6 or an equivalent English language proficiency certificate. Let's move on to the next slide. Right, let's move on to the next slide. Some practical information. Yes, sorry, there should be a master's here, but I think it will be later in the presentation. So we do offer internship for our bachelor students. For masters, it's not obligatory, but we do give time for an internship. And also we do provide our students with our own platform called Wittenborg Connect, where they can look for internship and job opportunities in the Netherlands. And also our programs are designed in a way that they higher up the chances of our students to find a workplace after they graduate from Wittenberg. Let's go on to the next slide. Right, and we also have project weeks with guest lectures. Basically, during the project week, we have guests coming from other companies, like company representatives, and they give assignments to our students. And those assignments work like a simulation of a business consultancy or a business project, and our students need to come up with a realistic, let's say, business plan for a specific company. If they do it well enough, if they do it realistically enough, then that company might want to hire them on a full-time basis after they graduate, or maybe as an interns while they're still a student. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes, career services, as I have mentioned, we do have Wittenborg Connect. We also do have a student and staff Facebook group where we post some vacancies. And also we have specific modules where we help to prepare our students for job interviews. We give advices regarding how to write the CV. We organize work fairs, etc. So we also try to help our students to find jobs. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes, student experience. So we also do organize events for our students so they can mingle and get a sense of the community and belonging. Let's move on to the next slide. And some practical information. So in the Netherlands, one will spend around 1,000 to 1,200 euros in a month, and it is advisable to have at least 15,000 euros on the bank account for living in the Netherlands. This is one of the requirements which should, which the student should fulfill during the admission process. It is possible to work in the Netherlands while studying, but the income will be limited. Part-time, it will be around 300 euros, a student can only work part-time on a study visa. They can do an internship and work for more hours, but still the income will be limited. So in a nutshell, the students can work for work experience and to build up their professional network, but they won't be able to earn much while studying, and they definitely won't be able to cover the living expenses with the income from part-time work. So my advice for the students who are coming to study in the Netherlands, while they're studying, they need to plan out their studies so that they're not dependent on the income from part-time work. And once they graduate, they can look for proper full-time job position with a proper income. And as I have mentioned before, they will have time for that because after graduating from Wittenborg, they can apply for 1-year visa and stay in the Netherlands for at least 1 more year. And during that, they need to find a company which can apply for the regular work visa for them, and that's how they can stay in the Netherlands for longer.
And I really appreciate your attendance and your greetings. And thank you so much, Mykhailo and Eunice. You guys have been so enthusiastic in 1 hour of our presentation. I know it has not been a short time. And thank you very much for this time with you.
You're welcome. Thank you as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.